Today we are going to learn about the vitamin A. Vitamin A is one of the fat-soluble vitamins. First of all, what is vitamin A? It is a group of related compounds which includes retinol, retinal and retinoic acid. Among them, retinol is the transport form, whereas retinyl ester is the storage form. One of the examples of retinyl ester is the retinol palmitate. Well, today we are going to learn about the vitamin A's metabolism, and then its function, and then its deficiency, and finally its toxicity. Metabolism of vitamin A. First of all, where do we get this vitamin A from? We get vitamin A from meats, which are preformed vitamins, whereas we also get vitamins from vegetables, which are provitamins. The difference between them is the preformed vitamins are already active, whereas the provitamin needed to be metabolized to become active. One of the examples for provitamin A is carotenes. Just remember, like carrot carotenes. When we ingest these vitamins, they reach the intestine as retinol. These retinol then absorbed by the intestinal cells and incorporated into the chylomicrons. This chylomicron containing retinol reaches the liver and they are absorbed by the liver by binding to a receptor known as apolipoprotein E receptor. Within the liver, the retinol is converted into retinyl ester and stored in ito cells. Whenever there is a need for vitamin A in peripheral tissue, this stored retinyl ester will be converted into retinol and bind to a protein known as retinol binding protein. So, the retinol combined with retinol binding protein reaches the peripheral tissue. In the peripheral tissue, it has two fates. The retinol can either be converted into retinyl ester and stored in the peripheral tissue, or it can be converted into retinoic acid for epithelial functions. Next, the functions of vitamin A. There are four important functions of vitamin A. First one is the maintenance of the normal vision. Vitamin A maintains normal vision by forming four different visual pigments. The first one is the rhodopsin. It is present in the rods and they help during vision in dim light. Whereas the other three pigments are the conopsin. They are present in the cone and they help in vision during bright light. The next function is cell growth and differentiation. Mucus secreting epithelium requires vitamin A for proper differentiation. When there is deficiency in vitamin A, the mucus secreting epithelial cells will die and develop into keratinizing epithelium. The mechanism behind this is, in genes there are two receptors for heterodymer. There is the RAR receptor, which is an retinoic acid receptor, and RXR receptor, which is retinoic X receptor. These heterodimer generally inhibit this gene. Actually, this gene produces proteins which are responsible for proper differentiation and cell growth. When retinoic acid binds with this receptor, it will activate the gene and produce proteins which cause proper differentiation and cell growth. The third important function is metabolic effect of vitamin A. The RXR receptor also forms heterodimer with PPAR receptor, which is peroxisome proliferator activated receptor. This PPAR is a key regulator of fatty acid metabolism. Since RXR forming heterodimer with PPAR, vitamin A also controls adipogenesis and it may also cause obesity in some cases. The fourth important function is host resistance to infections. In some diseases such as diarrhea and measles, supplementation of vitamin A reduces the morbidity and mortality. This is because in diarrhea, the bacteria destroys the gut epithelium, but we just now studied that vitamin A maintains the epithelium. So, supplementation of vitamin A protects the gut epithelium and reduces the mortality in some cases. Vitamin A deficiency. The first symptom for vitamin A deficiency is night blindness. A normal person in dim light will see like the left picture, whereas the person with night blindness will see in dim light like the right picture. This is because in vitamin A deficiency, there will be a decreased production of rhodopsin. This results in impairment in dark adaptation. This results in difficulty to see in dim light. The next vitamin A deficiency condition is xerophthalmia, which is dry eye. In this picture, you can see what I meant by dry eye. Xerophthalmia is a series of conditions in which first there will be xerosis conjunctiva, which is the conjunctiva become dry, then the bitot spots appear, Then finally, keratomalacia appears. Let's learn about each one of them. Xerosis conjunctivae. In this picture, you can see the conjunctiva is really dry and it looks like a skin texture. The xerosis conjunctivae is the first clinical sign, and this is caused because the normal lacrimal and mucus secreting epithelium will develop into keratinizing epithelium due to the deficiency of vitamin A. The next condition is the appearance of Pitot spot. In this picture, you can see the white plaque-like structure known as Pitot spot. It is formed because of the keratinizing epithelium forms keratin debris which starts building up in the eye. The next condition is the keratomalacia. It is the serious condition of all, in which the cornea become liquefied and sometimes may burst open. Sometimes there will be ulceration of the cornea also. So keratomalacia is there will be liquefaction of cornea and it becomes soft and burst open. Finally, the upper respiratory tract and the urinary tract, due to deficiency of vitamin A, develops into keratinizing epithelium. When that upper respiratory tract developing into keratinizing epithelium, it causes secondary pulmonary infection, whereas when urinary tract developing into keratinizing epithelium, it forms bladder stones. Finally, vitamin A toxicity. Acute toxicity of vitamin A causes headache, dizziness, vomiting, stupor, and blood vision, whereas chronic toxicity causes weight loss, anorexia, nausea, vomiting, bone and joint pain. In vitamin A toxicity, there will be increase in retinoic acid. This causes increased osteoclast production, whereas these osteoclast cells increase the bone resorption, which results in high risk of fracture. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please subscribe and comment below.